Tea time with Trav. Remember when I told y'all that Jay-Z lawsuit was a crock of BS? Y'all told me I was being biased. Where y'all at now? Because the lawsuit was dropped with prejudice, meaning it could never be filed again. What's going on, y'all? It's AyooTravv, and I'm back. I'm back again. I know y'all missed me. I missed y'all too. Don't curse me out. I'm gonna start this video off by saying if you don't follow me on Instagram, then you don't know what's going on. Y'all know that little virus that they keep talking about on the news and all of that, but they're not really giving too much information, kind of like how they did with COVID. I feel like that's what I had, y'all. I feel like that's what I had. Like, it had got to the point where I couldn't even swallow water. Like, I would drink it, literally that much, and in about 2 minutes I would be throwing up. Like, I could not hold down anything. So it was really pointless to even try to make videos because it wasn't gonna work. So but I'm back, and I'm back, and I'm back. Father God, I come today to ask you to watch over this food. Please be a nourishment to my body. Please don't let this is amen, Lord. Amen, Lord. Amen. Amen, Lord. Amen. Amen and amen, Lord. Y'all, I made homemade pho for the first time. I really hope it's good. It looked like it's good. What y'all think? How do y'all think I did? I know y'all can't taste it, but y'all can at least say if it looked like pho or not. So we got everything in there, y'all. So I did. Oh, I'm gonna squeeze our lemon. I said lemon. This a lime. Ooh. And it was a I had a garbage can over here, but could have done it. So in this, y'all, it's chicken and steak pho. I have the noodles, I got the red onion, I got the bean sprouts, I got the jalapenos, I got chili oil, I got sriracha, I got hoisin. I tried to do it. I watched a couple recipes, y'all, before I found a good one. So I hope I do this right. Now, y'all told me, well, it wasn't y'all on YouTube unless it was some of y'all that be following me on Instagram too, but the people on Instagram told me I be eating the pho too fast. Because they said I never mix it up like this. I probably put too much in this damn bowl. Y'all know I'm greedy. But they said I'm supposed to mix the hoisin and the sriracha first before I take a bite. And I didn't used to do that. So here we are. Oh, that's a big piece of meat. Sorry. Kind of break it up a little bit. There we go. Okay. Y'all know I don't do good with chopsticks. I'm trying not to embarrass myself on the first video back, y'all, but it looked like that's what we do. Taste test, y'all, this first bite. Oh my God. I really know how to cook. I loaded this bowl, y'all. If y'all watch Lovely Mimi, when she do her pho videos, y'all understand why this bowl is loaded. Ooh, okay. I feel like I got worse with the chopsticks, y'all. Dang. think I need some more broth. Pretty good. I'll go get some more broth. Hold on. Okay, y'all, we back. Tea time with Trav. I had to add me some more broth in here, but so much has happened while I've been gone, y'all. So I feel like we're gonna be talking about stuff that happened 3-4 weeks ago. But remember when I told y'all that Jay-Z lawsuit was a crock of BS? Y'all told me I was being biased. Where y'all at now? Because the lawsuit was dropped with prejudice, meaning it could never be filed again. Where y'all at now? Where y'all at now? So many of y'all was telling me I was being biased because that's Beyonce's husband and blah, blah, blah. And what about the victim? What about the victim? It wasn't no victim. Well, I told y'all that from the jump. I heard that. And I also want to point out the fact that I just think it's so sick. It's so sick to me that a lot of y'all didn't even care about the alleged victim. Y'all biggest thing was that y'all were trying to humble Jay-Z. Y'all wanted Jay-Z to go down. Y'all didn't give a damn about a 13-year-old possibly being assaulted. That wasn't y'all concern. Y'all concern was whether or not he was guilty. And look at your dumb ass. He's not. That story was full of crap. And I knew that because I had been following the Diddy case, y'all. So I had already knew about this story. I told y'all that. I already knew about the story, but Jay-Z was not mentioned in that story at all. So when they swung it back around and then all of a sudden he was there and he was a part of it, I said, girl, please. And the story didn't even make sense. But I told y'all, do y'all research on Tony Busby. He does stuff like this. He extorts celebrities. He extorts celebrities. And that's what he tried to do, but it didn't work. But aside from that, let's talk about Diddy. Because he actually, that one got dismissed, but he still got a lot more. I think society is so focused on, and the media as well, society and the media is so focused on these alleged freak-offs that they're going to ruin this case against Diddy, if you ask me. Am I saying he's going to be found not guilty? I don't know that much. But I feel as though they're making it harder because they're not focusing on what they should be focusing on, which are the RICO charges and the sex trafficking. I watched a documentary on HBO Max. I think it originally aired on Investigation Discovery. And it just goes to show that these media outlets are just rushing to try to tell a story. And it's not like they're digging through the proper things, because that documentary for Diddy, what was it called? I don't know. But it was on HBO Max, y'all. Y'all can look it up if y'all want to waste y'all time. But I think it was like 7 episodes. It was 6 or 7 episodes. And realistically, the only episode that was worth watching, if you ask me, was the very end when they talked to his ex-assistant. He was the only one whose story I somewhat believe. They spent, I think, 2 episodes speaking on the Cassie situation. And it's not that the Cassie situation is not important. However, we already know about that. He already settled. Why not focus on the new stuff? Why are we focusing on that? And yes, I get it. They probably did it to kind of paint the picture of the type of person that he is, or the person that everybody's accusing him of being. But the picture that they're trying to paint is blurry as all hell. To be honest, it's a horrible picture. Like, at one instance, they had somebody who worked for Bad Boy. A couple of them that was in the hell, I think all of them actually. Most of them, I would say most of them. Some of them was journalists. But one girl in particular, she was saying how she saw these bruises and all of that, and she asked Cassie one time to leave him. And she didn't, and she said after that, they just never talked about it again. So it was just like, what point are you trying to prove? Excuse me. Because in that documentary, she was like pointing fingers at everybody else saying, oh, these people let this happen, these people let this happen. Well, girl, what the... Well, I almost cursed. What do you think you did? Like, you were obviously a part of aiding and abetting this monster. If that's the aiding and abetting, they probably ain't the term I look for, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. It's like she wanted to talk about all these people that knew what he had been doing and didn't do anything or didn't say anything. Neither did you. Like, so again, what point are half these people trying to prove? And then you have, I'm going to talk about his ex-assistant. Because like I said, that's the one whose story I believe the most of, because it didn't seem like it was coming from a biased standpoint against Diddy, or it wasn't like I'm mad at him, so all there is negative. I'm not saying, like, I don't think anybody, like, you can find the good in somebody. You could say at least one good thing about, I can say everybody, but most people, I'm sure I'm just mean. You can find something nice to say about somebody. But I wasn't hearing it, right? So when it comes to his assistant, and also his assistant kind of debunked quite a few things that's been put out in the media. For instance, he worked for Diddy, I think he said 2019 to 2021 or 2018, somewhere around there. It was only for like 2 or 3 years. And they instantly asked him about the freak offs. Again, that's the least y'all concerned. He said he never knew about these freak offs. He had never heard the term freak off until Cassie's lawsuit. He said what he was familiar with was called Wild King Night. Now that also doesn't say that the term freak off wasn't a thing, because he obviously came in after Cassie was gone. I don't know when her and Diddy officially broke up, but around 2019, I'm pretty sure they were broken up. So he said he knew them as Wild King Night. Oh. And they asked him, what is a Wild King Night? And he pretty much said it's self-explanatory, but you know, he said, you know, they would do stuff. Do he know exactly what they were doing? No. Because he wasn't necessarily in the room while they were doing it. But they asked him, what are they like compared to what people think they're like? And he let it be known that the stories that people are telling is kind of embellished. Like how you will see these hundreds of people at these Diddy parties and people automatically assume they were freak-offs. Or for celebrities at Diddy house during a party, they were a freak-off. No. He said these freak-offs were not big groups. He said they were very intimate. Very small and intimate. He also said, which this part I believe the most, he did say there were no celebrities involved in the Wild King nights. Not at least while he was there. He said that Diddy would hide his sexual escapades and a lot of his drug usage from his peers and from his business partners. Because that's his personal life. And I believe that because we all do that. I'm not saying we all hide our sex life or anything like that, but we don't walk around, you my coworker, why do you need to know who I'm sleeping with? Why do you need to be in the room while I'm sleeping with them? You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't everybody's business. When they asked him, was he ever in the room while these things were occurring? Dang, that eat all the meat out. And he said he would come into the rooms because Diddy would call him or leave, like send him voice notes and say, hey, I would need 5 Xanax. I would need lube. I would need baby oil. Da 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 da. And you know that Diddy is saying these things because they play the actual audio. And then they asked him, I'm kind of getting full. They asked him, so when you were going there, who would you see? Like, what would you see? And he said Diddy and young girls. You know, it'd be some people, you know, it'd be like young girls. And now they were trying to fish for information and made him clarify what he meant by the term young. He said, I don't mean underage. He said, when I say young, I mean like girls in their early 20s. Like, excuse me. He said Diddy would go after girls in their early 20s because he's older. You know, they're more impressionable. All right. You flash a $50,000 chain in front of a 21-year-old and tell her, if you do this, this could be yours. She's more likely to do it than a 40-year-old. You know what I'm saying? And they asked him, were any of the girls there being held against their will? He debunked that from what he knows. He said he would see the girls in there and they never looked as if they were in danger, they wanted to leave or anything like that. Now he said, of course, he can't verify if they wanted to or not. But it was never told to him by any of the girls when he would see them. Some of them, he would even have to drive to a different location after the Wild King nights. Like one girl in particular, he had to drive her to a hotel the next morning. And he said, you know, she looked crazy and she was kind of shaking and she was just saying like, I've never done anything like this before. I've never done anything like this before. But she never hinted at one, what it was that she did, nor did she ever seem as though it was wrong what she was doing. She was just saying, I never did it before. And again, they're so focused on these freak-offs and what happened during these freak-offs that they are missing the entire point of the trial. He's not on trial for being a freak. He's grown. He's grown. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, based on what you believe, your morals, etc., something may be wrong with it, but legally, there's nothing wrong with being a freak and having sex. It's not. I don't want y'all to think I'm defending him because I'm not. What I am doing is calling out the media on how they're reporting this trial. They're not really reporting on the things that matter. Who he had sex with does not matter unless they were underage, unless it was done against their will, unless it was videotaped without their knowledge. That is what matters. That's what matters, but they're not focused on that. I don't know. And then it was so horribly edited, y'all. They had D Woods on there. And at one point she was crying, but you don't even know what the hell she was crying about. And I was just like, I'm confused. I'm so like, what is going on? Like, what? Like, it was a miss. That was probably the worst documentary I've ever. At this point, it's like these media outlets should just, instead of trying to be the first one to put out these documentaries or get the, it's like they're looking at this trial as a cash cow, and I think that's what's irritating me. Because y'all are not saying anything we don't know. Y'all are not really saying much that is relevant that we even need to know. Y'all just trying to profit off this case as if there aren't people who were actually victimized. Allegedly, I got to throw allegedly out there. During these incidents. It's like this is now a Hollywood story. But this is not Hollywood to some of these people. This is their real life. If they were really trafficked, drugged, assaulted against their will, held against their will, whatever the case may be, this is not Hollywood to them. And not only are they going to have to relive it in court, but they're having to relive it every day in their mind. But then on top of that, they're having to relive it with these BS documentaries that these people are putting out that serves no purpose other than make these networks more money. It's really not making sense to me. Excuse me. And the fact that Tony Busby fraud ass is all of the sexual assault cases, like lawsuits or whatever, that have been filed against Diddy. I think it's like 120 or whatever the number be changing every day. But they're all being represented by Tony Busby. Tony Busby is also the same person who was representing this fake 13-year-old with autism who allegedly was sexually assaulted by Jay-Z and Diddy, they have now dropped this lawsuit with prejudice. And now he's getting sued by Jay-Z. What jury in their right mind that isn't paid off? What jury in there, because y'all love to say paid off, y'all make it seem like only black people can pay people off. But what jury and or judge in their right motherfucking mind is going to take Tony Busby serious when you're already fumbling the case? It is now proved that lawsuit was fake. That lawsuit was a money grab. And now you're representing other victims and you want us to just believe what you're saying? Because we should. I agree, y'all. We should believe the victim. Oh my. Oh, Jesus Christ. God damn it. Oh, fuck. Oh, shoot. I gotta go. Okay, I ain't gonna leave y'all just like that. But I better at least give y'all the outro. But, oh my God, I better. Oh, shoot. Oh my God. Subscribe to the channel, do all that. Tony Busby is a fraud. This is for him. And Jay-Z's in. Shout out to Jay-Z. We out.